Happy 4th of July to all the American viewers. I hope you enjoyed a long holiday, but obviously here at Hot Trades of the Day, we don't stop. So this holiday gives us the option to look at the first half of 2025 in this video and the next, and you will be surprised what the numbers say when we talk about the new Fantastic Four in the metals sector. Let's go.
Welcome to Hot Trades of the Day, your show for swing trading ideas for the coming days, weeks, and month.
So as you know, I'm a big fan of zooming out on the markets, even as swing traders, and look at the longer term trends, the longer term chart signals that we can get. Why? Because we always want to invest with the trends. So if we want to be long and long investors, we want to look at the trends. We want to see the trends which have the highest dynamic, the upside dynamic are in uptrends, long-term uptrends, medium uptrends. And if they are strong uptrends, you don't want to bet against them. You don't want to short those. That's what gets you killed in like a Nvidia short or a chip short in the past years. So we're going to look at the new Fantastic Four with a superhero movie coming out. I thought that's a cool name for the big four metals in 2025 so far. And that is gold, silver, platinum, and copper. Now, let's start with gold. You see the chart right here. This is the chart for 2025 for gold. And the performance in the first 6 months of the year, the first 2 quarters for gold, is 25.9%, which is very nice. Also important to notice, you can see it here in the chart very clearly, with a stronger move in the first quarter than in the second quarter. In the first quarter, gold was up 19%. The second quarter, because the majority has been in the sideways consolidation since April, has only been 5.8%. That's interesting, right? That's interesting. So gold still in an uptrend, looking good here on the daily. And if I flip to the weekly, then we see, yeah, the uptrend absolutely intact. Everything looks good. We're still a little far away from the 50, but you can see it's going up. We're not overbought on the weekly. Very nice. But we're consolidating. We're consolidating sideways, which is very bullish, right? There's a consolidation over time, not over price. That's what we want to see. But the dynamic has deteriorated in the past quarter. So what about silver? Now, this is the silver chart for 2025. As you can see, we have been in an uptrend. It has been a lot choppier than the gold uptrend. Overall, silver in the first 6 months is up 23.4%, so a little less than gold. We have known this. Reason being is the central bank purchases of gold. But with that in mind and the negative sentiment, it is interesting that the difference between gold and silver, not that high. Now, after the first quarter, silver was up 16.6%, and then in the second quarter, it was up 5.9%. So that's an interesting fact that I'm going to watch like a hawk in the third quarter. So in the first quarter, gold outperformed silver, very solid by about 2.4%. That's a pretty big difference. But in the second quarter, silver has actually done a little better, 5.9% to gold 5.8%. If this continues, this would indeed support the thesis that I've told you in the past videos, that now silver is starting to outperform gold and that we want to be in silver more while gold is consolidating. And you can see that silver looks really juicy and interesting. The shorts are, man, I got to be shaking in their boots. As you can see, basically pretty much where we are right now. If we power through, let me draw this in here so you know what I'm talking about. If we power through this zone right here, right, which is around 37 to 37.50, as you know, this is the one that you're familiar with. We power through here, that's going to be a major buy signal. So we're going to watch this. I still want to buy silver and silver miners on weakness because it just looks better than gold. I don't think we're going to be and need to be in any hurry to buy into gold or gold mining stocks. So let's talk about copper. Okay, so copper was the fireball of the metals in the first quarter. It went up 24.9% in the first quarter, so way, way, way outperformed gold or silver. So it's very surprising. Most people don't know this. However, in the second quarter, pretty much flat, right? So this is the end right here of the first quarter, and as you can see, we're pretty much there, right? We're up about 1% in the second quarter after this really, really strong first quarter. And that is also interesting. So copper could not hold the dynamic of the first quarter. Not surprisingly, I mean 24.9%, that's a huge run up. Overall, in the first 6 months, it is still better than gold or silver, 26.1%. But as you can see, the gap is narrowing with copper to gold to silver. I still like copper, but I don't need to be massively increasing my copper positions right now, not with the dynamic fading like this. We want to be in strong uptrends, dynamic uptrends. This is a decent uptrend that copper has, right? But the second quarter, clearly, I mean, obviously, the tariff chaos from Trump did a number on copper. You see the big drawdown, and then it took almost 2 months to recover from that, right? But still, copper kind of lagging right now. And that leads us to the true star that pretty much only we're talking about. But hey, let's not make the problem of other investors our problems. And that's platinum, right? Platinum did good in the first quarter. It was up 13%. So it was the weakest of the Fantastic Four, right? But then came the second quarter. And you see the rally that happened after we broke that long-term downtrend. In the second quarter, it was up 30.6%. It was the absolute star in the stock market that nobody's talking about, right? And for the first 6 months, and this is the part that's getting really interesting, it's now up 47.6%, the best metal by far. Now, if you ask me if this is the best metal by far, why is nobody talking about it? I don't know. I don't know. To be honest, I don't really care. I mean, look at these weeklies just running up, right? And you see these long wicks. So this is interesting because in a strong up move like this basically means that people are not trusting the up move. They're selling the strength. So that is good. We are overheated, right? No doubt. Look at the RSI down here, right? For sure. We got to go back a long way. Yep, still going back. Oops, I haven't stopped yet. What's going on? Ooh. Here we go. So all the way to 2008. We got to go back, right? Now, we're still a long way away from the 2008 highs, right? But we are massively overbought. But this is the metal. This is the metal where we want to be in, right? In the second half of 2025. Clearly, right? Yes, we need a consolidation, and everything is telling us it's coming, right? We got a monster negative divergence in the RSI on the daily, as you can see here, right? I mean, that is blatantly obvious. Now, we're not overbought anymore on the daily. That's nice, but still, right? We're very, very far away from the 50. If there's any consolidation coming in platinum or the platinum stocks, there are not that many out there. I'm not a big fan of the platinum stocks, right? But the thing that's charming about them is there are very few out there. So if people want to buy platinum stocks because they're hot, they literally have like 3-4 primary platinum stocks to choose from, max. And they're all cramping in the same stocks. Now, a lot of them are South African. That's not where I like to invest personally. So I'm going to pass on that. I'm going to pass on the platinum stocks and prefer to invest in the metal, but that's everybody's choice. The most important thing to take away from the first 6 months is platinum is the star. Platinum has the biggest upside dynamic right now because it has by far the strongest second quarter. It is overbought. No doubt, it's going to consolidate sooner or later. Might be a consolidation over time. Whatever gets us in because this is red hot. Overall, all the metals look excellent. And the conclusion that we can see from the first 6 months is new bull market in precious metals and in copper. We look at some other industrial metals, right? Then we see they don't have the uptrend at all. And this is important for us. Why is this important? Because by the time the fourth quarter comes around, that's where the institutional investors and the hedge funds and the family offices will be like, whoa, 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 whoa. We need to be in the winners of 2025, right? The famous window dressing period. And a lot of people think that the window dressing takes care in December. That's actually not true. It takes care earlier in the fourth quarter because in December, a lot of the funds close their books quite early. So therefore, the window dressing takes time before that. So they will start buying platinum because they have to. They will start to buy gold again and silver. So this is what we know now with the numbers that not a lot of people know because they don't put in the work with something like platinum to look at, hey, what has happened here in the past 6 months? But we do. So now we know we get a consolidation, we're buying it. We get weakness, short-term weakness in silver, we're buying it, and the silver minus. Gold, same thing. Copper, I might sit that one out. Not that dynamic right now. That's it for today. Have a great 4th of July weekend if you're in the US. If not, let's have an even better weekend. Bye-bye.